Today's episode, we've got big news. There's big news coming out of the Duggar sister baby world. Jana and Abbie announced the genders of their kids.
We easily could be at 100 grandkids for my parents super soon because not all the kids are married.
Your dad sent this out the other day. So this is assuming that every grandchild has 5 kids and then all of their grandchildren have 5 kids. So that's assuming a lot. But listen to how quickly it adds up. In 14 generations, there could be 24 billion Duggar descendants.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
One of the questions that we get, probably more than almost any other, are questions about how to read the Bible. And the Daily Bread is an incredible resource that you can sign up and get encouragements every day for reading the Bible. They're like short devotionals.
Yeah, I actually remember the Daily Bread devotionals. I've known about them for basically all of my life. And it's really awesome because these little booklets come to the house and they're just short, concise devotionals that are incredible for your everyday to draw you closer to God.
Yeah, there's room for notes. They're easy to read. It includes a Bible in a year reading plan, thoughtful reflections, prayers to go along with it. And it's a trusted resource theologically. It's going to point you back to scripture. You're going to love this. It's read by more than 60 million people worldwide.
That's incredible.
So get our Daily Bread delivered to your mailbox when you subscribe today at odbm.org. Our Daily Bread Ministries, odbm.org/ginger. That's ginger with a J. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Jinger and Jeremy podcast. We're so glad you're locked in with us today. Ginger, how are you doing?
I'm doing.
You look tired.
I am tired. I don't know why I'm so tired, but
maybe parenting.
Tired. Yeah, probably so. Finn was a little cranky this morning, and so actually I need to pull up my baby monitor. Yeah, he was a little cranky. He is...
Your Nanit baby monitor.
My Nanit baby monitor. There we go. I'm going to turn the volume down, but I can still see him. So yeah, he was a little cranky, and I think I kept trying to put him down, but he was just like drooling and
he's teething. Yeah.
So he has one tooth that's like fully come through on the bottom, and then the one next to it is, I'd say it's like halfway through, but it's bothering him a lot. So anyhow, just a lot of fussiness, wanting to be held. But he's also just all over the place.
Yeah, he is. It's crazy. He is like standing, walking. Well, he's not walking yet, but he's climbing.
He's climbing.
Which is crazy.
Everything. So there's like this little kids chair that we had for the girls. He can get up on it. So he pulls up and then he steps up onto the seat part and holds on. And then
it's a very precarious position.
It's kind of scary because he'll stand there until he can no longer hold on, and then he just lets go and thinks he's going to fall properly. But it scares me, so I'm like constantly chasing him around, trying to make sure that he's okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to talk about it?
He's a little stud. Oh, yeah, talk about it.
Just talk about it, because I just talked about it.
Yeah, no, I'm doing good. I took my cast off, so this might be a problem.
He took his cast off.
So here's the thing.
He did not have the doctor take it off. And he's going to explain why.
Well, I cut it off with wire cutters. But originally, so guys, this is the evolution of a bad idea. The doctor told me I'd had the cast on for 2 weeks. He x-rayed it, took it off, and he said, all right, you need this on for 2 more weeks. But then they scheduled me out for 3 weeks to take it off. So I called. They didn't have any openings to have me come in. So I said, look, this thing is starting to smell, as casts do. You can't clean it. So my buddy said, well, I have a metal saw. So I go over to his house. It's this serious saw. Zzz, this thing cuts through metal.
This is so bad.
And it has a guard. And he's like, all right.
I didn't realize you actually went over there.
Oh, yeah, Ginge. So I'm looking at my cast and this metal saw going, this is a terrible idea.
I told you not to do any saws. I said, you're going to end up with like your arm cut off or surgery.
Terrible idea. So this is an awful idea to go and have this thing sawed off. There's a reason why when you Google like how to take a cast off, every single response, the internet's never unified about anything except this. Just Reddit, AI, Google, everybody says, don't take your own cast off.
And my wife said not to take my cast off too.
So then I'm sitting here, I'm like nervous with this saw in my hand. I'm like, there's no way I'm doing this. So then I go get some wire cutters, and I didn't think it would work, but I just cut, and it was like a pair of scissors, took it off. So then I'm going to have it checked out by the doc. So everything's good. It feels fine. But I did take my own cast off, and that's probably unadvised.
Well, you did say that it's not back to normal yet.
Well, I don't think it's ever going to be. I think I lost my knuckle for good. So.
And your other finger, it's kind of a bummer because your other finger, I think it was from soccer, right?
They're already jacked up.
It's already bent and messed up. So at this point, you're just like, forget it.
It's good to wear a watch again, though. I missed wearing a watch, on my wrist, and it's good to not to have it. But here's the thing. I'm going to go back to the doctor tomorrow, actually, and maybe I'll have a cast on again. We'll see what he says. Oh, my goodness.
This is the thing, too. The funny part is we like randomly had 2 people jump in our car, and we were going to take them somewhere last minute. So, of course, when that happens, you literally just like move everything out of the floorboard, scoot to one side of the vehicle. Well, Jared opens the door for this couple to hop in our car, and it was wild. There was a cast laying there. Cast. It was a full cast laying on the floorboard of his truck. And it was not just like a straight cast. It's like has this spot for the hand to be crooked. I was like, this couple is our first time meeting them. They're hopping in the truck, and they're probably like, what the heck is that? That's insane.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, a moment. That was a moment right there.
Okay, so today's episode, we've got big news. There's big news coming out of the Duggar sister baby world. One Duggar sister, another Duggar sister-in-law, Jana and Abbie announced the genders of their kids. Big social media. Jana put out a video, and they did it in a very cool way. And Jana is having a boy. And Abbie's having a girl. And so we did not plan that, by the way. That was really good.
That was actually really great.
Good job on this.
Thank you. We kind of
married 9 years.
We talked about it, but we did that. Yeah. So it's super big news, and this is why. Let me tell you why. Because Jana is a twin. She's number 2 in the family, and John is number 3. Mm-hmm. So Jana and John, they're having their little ones who are going to be very close in age. So it was actually really fun because the twins got to do a gender reveal together. And I'm telling you, it's just such a fun thing. You got to go watch the video. Go watch their YouTube video.
Yeah, the combined gender reveal hasn't been done a lot.
Yeah.
So I was surprised when I saw Jana and Abbie do it together, especially because they're living in different states.
So Jana and Abbie, but of course, John and Abbie are married. So that's the twins, right? So that's the cool thing.
Right.
They are living in different states because Jana and Steven are in Nebraska. John and Abbie are in Arkansas.
Because John and Jana are twins.
Yeah. Did you think about that?
No, I hadn't thought about that until you just
they're twins.
That. Right. So
Jana
for them to do their announcement together is wild.
It's very special.
That's very cool. Is this the first time dual gender announcement has been done? I mean, aside from like Jen and Katie's twins.
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I mean, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know.
So I was thinking like it's cool that it was a boy and a girl too, because it makes the gender announcement a lot more exciting.
It's really fun.
Instead of just one color.
I mean, in the pictures, it's more exciting. In real life.
For sure.
I mean, boys and girls are so different. So.
Okay, that's something I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So the dynamics of having a boy and Jana starting with a boy. Talk about that, because we started with 2 girls. And I feel like we were eased into parenting.
Yeah.
Now we're starting to face some of the drama, but
yeah, I think that's the thing, because girls are easier on the front end.
Right.
I think that on the back end, they're a little bit harder at times. So we have entered the drama season, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of drama. And I just feel for you because right now it's a lot with the girls, with me, I'll just say. And it's going to be interesting to see like the older that our kids get, how they kind of mellow out. But yeah, we were eased into parenting with
Mellow
two
out or
girls
ramp up.
because it's funny. Anytime that I have anybody over with boys, if it's like a family member or friends, they 9 times out of 10 are going to be climbing things, getting into more things, pulling more things out. And I'm not saying our girls are perfect. Our girls have a lot of energy. They have a lot of energy, but in a different way. So they can go sit at the table for an hour and do beads and make jewelry or color for an hour and a half. And boys just seem to be bouncing off a lot of things.
Yeah.
And so that's where I feel like we're in for it. When Finn's going to get a little bit bigger, we're already seeing.
Yeah, already seeing it. He's been more active physically.
Yeah.
Felicity was constantly active, but Finn is like all over the place.
Yeah. And I mean, that can just be different temperaments.
Sure.
Of course.
Right.
Felicity has a lot of energy, but it's not this boy energy. Right. It's interesting.
Yeah.
We want to take a break from this episode to tell you about Cozy Earth.
If you look at my Instagram page and you swipe through my latest photo dump, you're going to see a picture of me in a Bible study or a video, and I'm rocking the Cozy Earth bubble cuddle blanket. That thing makes me feel like a mummy. I don't know if that's a good advert, but I just mummify in that thing.
I mean, I have it right here.
Oh, yeah, you do?
Right now. It's the softest blanket.
It's incredible.
One of the other girls who came over for the Bible study, she was like, oh, I feel like I need this.
Yes.
So, yeah, I might be gifting them one soon.
I'll just say this. This is one of those things where every single person who experiences Cozy Earth becomes a customer. And so you need to trust us and every single other person in the world who's tried Cozy Earth and check out Cozy Earth and get some of your stuff, whether it's bed sheets, whether it's pajamas.
Yeah, their sheets are buttery soft, and they also have a 100-day money-back guarantee. So if you try them, you can just go and try them for 100 days and then return them if you don't like them. You're not going to return them, though. We've told you that.
Here's the thing. Cozy Earth has Black Friday early. Right now, you can stack our code on top of their site-wide sale, giving you up to 40% off in savings. So these deals won't last. So get your holiday started. Start shopping now. Go to CozyEarth.com, use code GINGER, and stack up the savings.
We want to take a break from this episode to tell you about Cure. So I am a big fan of Cure. I use it almost every single day because I am in this stage of life where I need electrolytes. I definitely need it all the time. Even with nursing and running around, working out, whatever I'm doing, I love to have electrolytes on hand.
And here's the problem with so many electrolyte mixes. They're filled with sugar and artificial ingredients, and we don't want that. Mm-hmm. So you want the health benefits without all of the bad side effects. Well, that's Cure Hydration. It is a plant-based hydrating electrolyte drink mix with no added sugar. So it's a natural, delicious, and convenient way to keep you hydrated without artificial stuff. And it's kid approved. So no added sugar or artificial ingredients, like I said. So stay healthy, stay hydrated. So here's what you can do. For our listeners, for the Jinger and Jeremy podcast, you can get 20% off your first order at curehydration.com/ginger and use code GINGER, JINGER, curehydration.com/ginger, use code GINGER.
Now back to the episode.
What was your reaction to seeing the gender reveal? And Jana and Abbie now have 3 kids. It's her first rodeo with a little kid. So what was your first reaction?
Oh my goodness. I was so stoked for them. It was a special moment thinking that, okay, they're able to do this gender reveal together. The timing was awesome. Mm-hmm. And I know that they're going to be amazing parents. Jana and Steven I'm talking about, because Jana and Abbie, they're already naturals, They've been through this so many times. And so it's just really, really exciting for Jana and Steven.
Jana is going to keep up with that little guy.
Oh, yeah.
She'll give him a run for his money. She's all over the place.
Yeah, I think that this little one, it's going to be fun to see because Jana is the queen of doing projects. Yep. So she's going to have like a toy hammer in that kid's hand from, day 2. He's going to be all about the projects, I'm sure. And so it's going to be really fun to see.
Okay, so this is the Duggar family. Now, the count keeps going up in terms of grandkids. And so we were doing some math here, And
we were doing math.
Yeah.
We don't like to do math. And we had to do math for figuring out how many nieces and nephews we have.
Yeah. I think we've got 19 boys and 22 girls as grandkids.
Wild.
I think. Now, we could be corrected on that. So, again.
My parents' grandkids.
Yes, we do not have grandkids yet. That'll be many, many, many moons away. But Duggars are at 41 grandkids, 19 of them boys, 22 of them girls. It's kind of crazy how it works out 50-50.
Yeah. That's crazy, guys. And when you think about that, I mean, we easily could be at 100 grandkids for my parents super soon because not all the kids are married.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like, we have some who have one kid, or they, other ones who aren't married like that. That's going to change. And so I'd say in the next 5 years, would you say that we'd be close to 70? Probably.
Well, listen to this.
It just happened so quickly.
So your dad sent this out the other day, and I don't know how he made this, if this was his own math or what, but he gave us, if you were to multiply based on how many kids each family had, like how quickly this would grow. So he said this, there's 19 Duggar kids right now. 500 great-grandkids if each great-grandkid and their descendants had 5 kids. So this is assuming that every grandchild has 5 kids and then all of their grandchildren have 5 kids. So that's assuming a lot. That's right. Obviously, not every family is going to have 5. But listen to how quickly it adds up. So 100 grandkids, if the Duggars get to 100 grandkids, which is probably what's going to happen because we're already almost at 50 and we've got a lot more to go. 500 great-grandkids, if each grandkid and their descendants had 5 kids, 2,500 great-great-grandkids, 12,500 great-great-grandkids, 62,500 great-great-great-grandkids, great-great-great-great-grandkids, 312,500 great-great-great-great-great-grandkids, 1,500,000 great-great-great-great-great-grandkids, and he goes all the way down to 24,414,062. Oh my goodness. 24 billion.
Okay, that's so
414,062,500 great-grandkids. Great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great grandkids times.
So the Duggars are going to take over the world.
Okay. So that was really confusing.
Guys.
But this is what he concluded. In 14 generations, there could be 24 billion Duggar descendants.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Look out, world.
Okay. I don't think that's necessarily going to happen, but it's kind of fun to add up the math.
Wow, that's insane.
24 billion
24
Duggar
billion
descendants.
I mean, wouldn't be surprised.
That's the track we're on.
Wild.
Yeah, it is wild. So what do you think, does this change any family dynamics, adding these kids?
For us?
No, just as the extended family.
My poor memory. I'm not going to be able to keep up. That's part of it. I actually feel kind of bad. It's very hard for me to remember all the names of my nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
And for sure not their age order. Yeah. I thought I was always really great with birthdays. Mm-hmm. And I can remember my siblings' birthdays, which is quite the feat.
Yeah.
I mean, 18 siblings and trying to remember all of them. But then grandkids, when you add in my nieces and nephews, it is nearly impossible to keep up with.
Right.
I'm always looking at my phone. I tried to put in as many birthdays as I could into my phone, where they're in my calendar and they'll pop up so I remember whose birthday it is. But also there's a family group message, which is super helpful because everybody always texts on that, happy anniversary, happy birthday. And it feels like almost every other day that it's happening.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I just feel like for all of us, it's a lot to remember, but it's also a lot of fun because there's always a celebration.
What do you think? I mean, we're a little bit removed, but what do you think changes in the dynamic amongst the cousins? Because the cousins, everybody's in Arkansas, everybody's really close.
Well, yeah. Right now, yes, all the cousins live nearby.
Yeah, I mean,
for sure.
Justin and Claire don't live in Arkansas. That's it.
Yeah.
And us. But,
and Jana.
Oh, yeah, Jana's in Nebraska.
Yeah.
So That'll be interesting. There's now going to be another grandkid or another cousin that's in a different state. Right now, we're the only ones in a different state.
Yeah.
For the grandkids.
Yeah.
So it's just going to mean a lot more travel, I guess.
For sure. And that's the side of it where, yeah, all those littles, they get to be together. Most of them do a lot. And so it's such a fun dynamic. And it's funny when we go back, Felicity is just, she tries to remember all the names, but she can't. And I think that's something that's so unique because she doesn't actually understand half the time who is related and who's not. So we had some of my siblings come out here. I think I've talked about this before, but like Jason had his bachelor party out here. Jana had her bachelorette party. And we had a couple friends come along, who were hanging out with Jace and a cousin. One of my cousins came. And so Felicity was like, wait, who's related? Are they my cousin? Is that my uncle? And it just gets really, really confusing. And so we're like, no, that's not your relative. Like it's just a friend. And she couldn't get it down.
Yeah. Because
there's so many. And then, every once in a while she's like, wait, I have an uncle with that name. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
Because when you live there, I don't think that the cousins probably are even thinking, oh, wait, that's my uncle. That's my aunt. Maybe they are. But at the same time, like, because we live so far away, when we go back, we're like, oh, that's your uncle. That's your aunt.
Yeah.
And it's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah, it is.
With the in-laws.
Yep.
Not everybody has a J name. That might have made it easier.
That's true.
Just change your name when you marry into the family.
Yep.
You did a great job of that. You just mesh into the Duggar world.
Yeah. Honestly, there's an aspect of us being apart that might be more memorable for the littles because they know we're the ones that are distinct, like we're not in Arkansas.
Yeah. And then like when they come to visit, it's something that they they remember. And so they're like,
right.
I mean, I'm not saying they don't remember the ones who were there. They do.
Like
they
have to LA
relationships
for the first time or as you're 5 years old. Yeah.
Yeah. For like 5 days. And they're like, oh my goodness. Because they remember that it just is going to be etched in their mind because we live away.
Right.
We want to take a break from this episode to tell you about Function Health.
Yeah, the holidays are here, and that means more stress. That means running around. Sometimes you get out of the normal sync of life, and you want to make sure that you're staying healthy, especially with all the eggnog and chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, and your body feels every bit of it. So Function helps you explore how stress may affect key health markers inside your body. And these lab tests, they're a simple step to gauge how well your body is handling the season.
Yeah, it can reveal your cortisol levels, your thyroid markers, glucose, ferritin. I mean, this is stuff that's deep inside your body and is really controlling your health. So here's our call to action. Learn more and join using our link. Function is a near 360-degree view to see what's happening in your body. And our first 1,000 listeners get $100 credit toward their membership. Visit functionhealth.com/ginger and use code GINGER100 to sign up and begin owning your health.
We want to take a break from this episode to tell you about Nanit.
Okay, so literally, this is real time. A second ago, Ginger just checked in on Nanit. Finn is sleeping, and she saw that he started crying, but he's falling back asleep. But Nanit is this incredible baby monitoring system that's more than just a baby monitor.
Nanit's new smart baby monitor system features a dedicated screen for uninterrupted at-home viewing.
Yeah, paired with their app, you can see your baby where you want, when you want, in crystal clear HD video. And the stuff it tells you is incredible. It says like, baby fell asleep 22 minutes ago. Baby had, what does it say? Baby was monitored 2 minutes ago, meaning like somebody walked in and saw the baby. It alerts you if somebody's in the room with your child.
Yeah, and it tells you the temperature in the room. It tells you how your baby slept so you can track their sleeping patterns. It's incredible.
Yeah, Nanit is truly the one baby item that we can't live without. Be the first to take home the new Nanit Smart Baby Monitor System, available only at nanit.com. That's NANIT.com. And Black Friday savings are here. Save up to 30% off for a limited time. Go to nanit.com for exclusive deals you won't want to miss. That's Nanit, Nanit, kind of like a nanny. Jana.com for up to 30% off for the #1 smart baby monitor system in the world. Go check it out.
Now back to the episode.
You know, it's an interesting dynamic that I don't think is often talked about, but is how these kids are going to be raised as opposed to how you were raised. It's a really different experience. Like Jana raising her son with Steven, like, do you think, in Nebraska is going to be a completely different experience than growing up in the big house in Arkansas?
Yeah.
And even some of the family dynamics have changed.
Mm-hmm.
Like what are those dynamics that have changed? Like if you were to think about being raised and how you were raised versus how even we're raising our kids or some of your siblings are raising theirs, what are some of the things that are same and what are some of the things that are different?
I think that it's tricky because when you think about being raised in a house with 19 kids, some of my siblings, they don't remember having everyone in the house. Mm-hmm. And they weren't raised with all the kids there. So I was number 6 in the family. And so I'm in the older top half. So yeah, there were kids who were older than me and they would have had a different experience, less people in the house. But right. I was there, when Josie was born. She was a tiny preemie. She came home. Like, I remember all that. She was the baby. And then it was kind of weird because I was thinking about this. I moved out of the house when I got married at 22. Mm-hmm. And Josie was really young. I can't even remember. I can't do math right now. But she was super young. And all the little girls were just these little kids, And in my mind, they're kind of forever stuck there. And so whenever I have, even more recently, we've had more opportunities to like hang out just with the little girls. And it's been so fun because they're not little girls anymore. They've grown up. They have so many personalities that are so different from what I remember them being. And so you kind of like lock into that. And they're not going to have the same childhood that I had because they're growing up and they're the babies of the family. Mm-hmm. And then now all the little kids that are around are the nieces and nephews for them. And so, it's not like there are no kids around, but like my mom and dad and them, like they're all able to travel, do other things in this season in smaller groups, which is so funny because we would always just, they did travel, but they probably don't remember half of those trips that we took overseas. And so now it's their opportunity to get to travel and take those trips, but it's going to feel different because it's less of them. And like other siblings will go along with their kids when they travel and they'll do all that, which is super fun. But thinking about my younger siblings and the dynamics that they're going to have, they're not going to always feel like they were part of a family of 19 kids.
Well, that's the thing is a family of 19 kids, it's this caravan. Like when I first stepped into your world, I showed up in Big Sandy, Texas, and I remember seeing the massive, not the RV, what do you call it? The bus. And everybody going in and out, and this campsite set up. And everywhere you look, it was just like everybody was there. And those are the last couple of years that everyone would all be there.
That's wild.
Because even Jill and Derek were there. Ben and Jess had just gotten married. So even the married couples were still there. So it wasn't like they were living in different places or doing their own thing. And then everyone else was still in the house. So everybody's on the bus. And realizing those were the last few years before people start getting married, moving away, having their own kids. And now these families that are being raised are more just your average kind of American, small family, living in a house, 3 kids, home, going into the Duggar world where you step back for a Thanksgiving or Christmas is more of a world you're stepping into rather than a world you're stepping out of. Mm-hmm. And that's totally different. And now some of these families might choose to have 19 kids. Mm-hmm. And they'll recreate that dynamic with their own family. But it's interesting. You went from a caravan, a very active, busy, everything, people everywhere, to now it's you've got
your family unit,
little family unit and a couple kids. And you're just living in a house and things are quiet and you're doing your thing. Sometimes you go to the big house and you see, but even the big house isn't full of activity all the time. Yeah,
not all the time. But I feel like people come back for, they have things always happening.
Sure.
And so you can always pop in. That's when you remember is, at least for us, when we go back home, very quickly I remember how many siblings I have, because there's so many people that I get to talk to and see. And every time we come back from an Arkansas trip, you're always like, you're going to be wiped out. You're going to be exhausted, because I go nonstop. Even if I'm going to like meet up with one sibling or one couple, and then go to their house, I'll go to their house and then we'll be like, oh, well, let's meet somebody at Brahms. Let's meet somebody over at, a shopping thing. Let's get all the girls together. And then let's take the kids over to the playground. And then it's like, there's always something happening. But because we live far away, I think that it can be more overwhelming. I was just talking to somebody 2 days ago, and she's from a family of like 8 kids. And she's a grown adult, has her own kids. And she still said, it's interesting because you have this dynamic of like, oh, I feel the necessity to connect with every single one of my siblings all the time. And even for her as an adult, she said it's almost impossible to do that because she has 3 grown kids of her own. And she said, when I'm trying to connect with my kids who are at college, one who lives away, she said that it's so much to deal with. And because they still need you as a mom, you want to be present for them. And then you think about, oh, I want to connect with this sibling. So I may talk to them and then I won't talk to them for 5 months on the phone.
Right.
And then I realized, like she said, time passes, but you can't feel the weight and the burden of that. You don't want it to become a burden.
Right.
That's the part of it. I keep hitting this plant. You don't want it to become a weight and a burden because it's a gift and a joy to connect with them. But there's also some siblings who you may connect with more, or you may make it more of a priority to connect with.
That's really insightful. And it shows you the value of the time you have in the home. You know how we'll see those things that say by the time your kids are 10, you've spent 50% of the time you're going to spend with them.
Wow.
And then by the time they're 18, you've spent 75% of the time.
Oh.
Like, because it's such concentrated time where you're with them 24/7. And so like Evie right now, like we see her all day, every day, little Finn. Felicity does some classwork. So it's like, you don't see her all day, every day, but you realize, oh wow, like when my daughter's 35, there's not going to be a bedtime routine. Like she might have her own kids that she's putting to bed. And so if we had an hour conversation that day, that would be a lot. Like if you talk to your daughter who's 35 for an hour every day, you'd go, wow, I talk to mom a lot. I talk to my kid a lot.
Wow, that's crazy.
7 hours a week. Well, that's one afternoon in this season.
That's crazy. That's perspective change.
And it makes you think like, put down the dumb phone. Stop being so distracted with things that don't matter. In 35 years, you'll be wanting that time back. In 35 years, you won't be obsessed with that Amazon order that you spent 30 minutes looking at for some stupid little thing until you ignored your kids. Now, I know that kind of language can quickly get into like real easy guilt tripping because then you start feeling, like I can't do anything. I can't be on a screen if my kids are around. I need to value every moment.
And
that's just
you
not
need
life.
to get a babysitter to get that time together to go out and have a breather too.
Oh, for
so
sure.
You can show up and be the best for your kids.
But that's the thing, right?
Yeah,
like not every single moment is like this memory bank.
Yeah.
Normal life is the memory bank. You'll look back, and kids look back at their childhood and they remember fondly just living life, which means, sometimes mom's distracted or something. You got to do stuff. Dad's got to work. Mom's got to work. Like life happens. And so it's not like the answer isn't, cherish every moment as if this is your last moment. That's not practical. You have to live life normally, especially to give them a good childhood. They need boredom. Like that's one of the things I've wrestled with is this, I want to constantly be engaged with my kids when I'm home. No, part of their development is being bored. Dad, what do? I don't know, kid, go outside and play. Figure it out. Like daddy's got work to do.
Yeah.
Like that's part of childhood and that's good for their development.
It is good.
A kid that's constantly doted on, constantly given attention is going to be this attention absorbing seeker in the rest of life.
Yeah.
But it what it should do, that kind of thinking, is give you the right priorities where you go, okay, what am I going to value in 30 years? Well, then let me prioritize that. And it doesn't mean you don't prioritize the immediate, because you say, what am I going to value in 30 years? The time spent on the ground, cuddling and wrestling with my kids. Great. They also need to eat in 30 minutes, like in order to get to those 30 years. So you got to leave them alone, go cook dinner so they can eat. But it's a matter of prioritizing. And I just think like even the shifting dynamics of like Jana has a kid.
That's so exciting.
And there were years where, we were praying for Jana because she wanted to be married. And there just wasn't a guy good enough. Like,
yeah.
I say that in all sincerity. Like, Jana was never for lack of options to marry a guy or like date a guy.
Yeah.
She's this incredible woman. And it wasn't like she had these high standards. The Lord just hadn't brought the right guy around.
Yeah.
And then how quickly life changes. Stephen, boom, married. What are they, a year and a half later? Pregnant, little baby boy.
So exciting.
It's incredible to see how those things shifted, and it helps you prioritize. So when you first found out Jana was pregnant, what was your reaction?
Oh my goodness. I was stoked for her, and I was just trying to imagine, what is this little one going to look like? What temperament are they going to have? And I knew immediately that Jana was going to be the best mom because she is just so capable. She's capable of doing anything and everything she sets her mind to, whether that's a work project, if it's like being with the kids, whatever. Like, she's so fun, creative. And I just knew she was going to be an amazing mom. And it's just that moment, like you said, it's full circle, because the moment that we've like wanted for her.
Yeah.
And it's so exciting that it's here.
What about Abbie? Abbie's an incredible mom already. One of the incredible aspects of Abbie is that her pregnancies are not easy.
Yeah.
And yet she's
a trooper. That
has
girl,
grit, determination, endurance,
next level. She's amazing. So yeah, she has her kiddos that she's already, chasing around, Gracie and Charlie, and then welcoming another one soon. It's going to change. They're going to be where we are with 3 kids, but theirs are a bit younger. But yeah, with the pregnancies that she has, it's just really hard. And so that's where, when I've gone through my pregnancies and I've had it hard, I always think about Abbie, because she is struggling through it. And I just think, man, like, that's some level of sacrifice to decide to go ahead and have another kid, knowing what you might face.
How much of it is just determination and endurance? How much of it is like the gift of childbirth? What I mean is, people look at your mom. She had 19 kids. And I think people think she's just in a different category of giftedness. Like, well, she's just got this incredible gift to have kids and to raise them and invest in them. How much of that is true? And then how much is just, no, she just continually sacrifices more and more and more?
Oof, I don't know. I mean, I think that for different siblings, I think they're all going to have different perspectives on that. And yeah, I think that there's just a lot of sacrifice. Even if your pregnancy is, say, like really hard, like Abbie's and Kendra's, when they're super, super hard and you're sick and you're nauseous and it's not easy, then that's going to take a lot more mentally to get there, to like lock in and say, okay, I want to have 3 kids. Let's do this. And I'd imagine there are times where you're like, okay, is it worth it? Like, I don't know. Is it worth it to go through that again? And so, but then also when you have easier pregnancies, it doesn't mean that, oh, it's just a breeze. You're fine, because I had, just an easier pregnancy compared to probably most people. And at the same time, mentally for me, it was still hard getting through it. And then postpartum, I don't do great through that. I'm not, some people might think you do great, but mentally every day is very hard. And I'm like, wow, it feels like an out of body experience, in many ways. And so I think that the end goal of wanting to have this sweet little one and that addition to your family, once they're there, you're like, oh wow, I couldn't imagine life without you. That's ultimately, I think, what God designed, and you can see it as a beautiful gift from God in that way. But it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy if you have a hard or an easy pregnancy. And so, yeah, I think it's like, there's a little bit of both of that, you know? It's a fascinating thing.
Yeah. Have you ever spoken to your mom in depth about her struggles with postpartum?
Not fully, no. I think I should. But I shared with her some of the difficulties of that, even with nursing and things like that, because I want to give our little ones the best I can. And so for me, that means nursing them and giving them those nutrients from breast milk, because it's like, you know, it has so much great nutrients to offer to them. But at the same time, it's also something that it's like, I don't enjoy it most of the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, here and there, it's like, oh, this is sweet, whatever. But for me, it literally feels like sacrifice. Like, I am doing this because I know it's good for them, but I don't want to.
That's what I wonder about with you, like your mom.
Yeah.
I think that's the normal parent experience.
Maybe.
And I wonder, like, was Mrs. Duggar, did she
enjoy it more?
Enjoy that and just go, jazz? Or was there
a struggle?
The struggle where she's going, okay, I'm going to have another kid. So excited for that. But man, I'm not looking forward to this.
I don't know. I mean, that's something that it would be a conversation.
You've talked about some mothers who just seem like they want to have more and more kids. And I wonder sometimes if that's something they just put on social media, mm-hmm. where it's like, everything about mothering is great. And then really they're struggling or suffering or mm-hmm. like this, because the real sacrifice costs something, right? Mm-hmm. And every mother is sacrificing. Maybe it's sometimes just a person's outlook. Like they're just constantly pessimistic, mm-hmm. beaten down. Others are just built to be constantly optimistic. And so even the sacrifice, they're going, well, this is great, you know?
For sure.
It's interesting, though, to see the different approaches to motherhood.
Yeah, it's funny because I can look at it and say, oh, yeah, there are some people who just live for it and they love it. A lot of people like different seasons of kids as well. Like they gravitate towards the newborn stage. They gravitate towards toddler stage or teen years. It's like their jam. It's how they like click in and they're like feeling their best and they can't wait for that stage. So for me, newborn stage is very like, it's sweet when they're tiny, but also I'm afraid. I'm like, oh no, they're so tiny. I don't want to go out too much because they could get sick. I don't want to, I need to nurse them, but I don't like to nurse, but I'm going to do it anyways. And so I nursed all the kids. I never pumped. I was never one of those moms who could figure that out. I never did formula. To this point, I haven't. I might do it with Finn. I've kind of been back and forth. If he didn't have a potential dairy issue, I might have tried that earlier. Right. But it's like all those things, right? We're just constantly navigating what's best for our baby. And that stresses me out as a mom. I just feel like constantly in a panic about it at times where it's
funny, the little
should
things.
I stop? Should I not? Like he gets a rash. What do I do for the rash? It's not going away. Is it detergent?
These little things in life, like it doesn't stop because then the kids, you're thinking about the dentist and you're thinking about the toothpaste series and then you're thinking about how much sugar intake. You're thinking about their sleep, when they wake up, when they go to bed. What
school should we do for them?
It's like constant, all these little things and they mount up and you realize there's this constant anxiety in parenting and not like the wrong kind of anxiety, like that's driven from a lack of trusting the Lord. The right kind of anxiety of just going, okay, this requires so much thought and effort and intentionality and sacrifice on the smallest things, which become big things. Like, I've never thought about a kid's teeth. And then I have kids. And you still don't think about it until they hit 2 years old. Or 3, or actually earlier than that, you start brushing their teeth and you start realizing, oh my goodness, dental hygiene for a 3-year-old. There's so much involved. And then you don't want to...
It's a pain to get them to floss. It's like, how do you teach that? I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's so many different aspects to it that just mounts up.
But this is the thing I have to say, because the world often looks at kids and says, well, then forget it. I'm not having any kids. I'm going to live my life for myself. And so I often think about that. I'm like, what is the switch off? Because yes, there are days where you're in the trenches and you're like, what the heck are we doing? We have screaming kids. They're all screaming at the same time. They're upset. I need to make a meal. The house is a mess. Somebody's coming over. What do I do? And then you look at that and it calms down. And then you're like looking at pictures on your phone of your kids as they're asleep. I do that too all the time. Whenever we're trying to watch a show, you're like, just let me watch the show. But I'm like, well, look at them.
Here's what happens is you spend most of the day with them. I come home from work. We spend time together. And then we finally get them to bed. And it's like, okay, this is us time. So then what Ginger wants to do is recount the whole day with them on how hard it was. And I'm going, but this is the time to recover from that. So let's deal with that later. Let's recover from that. But if our recovering from that time is just a recounting of all the difficulties,
not helpful. But sometimes you need to process it. Sometimes you need to process it. And that's how I process it.
You know what you said? You said, the feeling can be, what are we doing? Let me just live for ourselves. And the framework that the Bible gives is what you're doing is loving.
Yeah.
Like not loving like an aspect. It is love. You are loving in the sacrifice, because love, there's aspects of love, but the deepest, most profound aspect of love is agape love, which is self-sacrificial love. And whenever, well, not anytime, but often in wedding sermons, I'll draw to 1 Corinthians 13 to make the point that love, how is it defined? It's selfless. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not keep a record of wrongdoing. Love is selfless in the face of difficulty. And it gives of itself. It expends itself. It sacrifices itself for others. And if you think back to all of the people that have made an impact in your life, you're going to think back to that first grade teacher, or you're going to think back to that pastor, or that best friend you had growing up, or your mom and dad. And you think back and ask the question, why were they so impactful in my life? Mm-hmm. Because of how they loved me. Was it because of how self-absorbed they were? Impatient, unkind, cruel, how they kept a record of all the things you did wrong and then threw it in your face? You'd say, no, it was the opposite. They were so patient with me. They were generous with me when I didn't deserve it. They were merciful to me. They showed me grace. And you realize my life has been shaped by love, genuine sacrificial love of others, and ultimately the love of Christ, who's given us the greatest display in the gospel of grace and mercy, bringing us into his family. So then we have the opportunity to show that to others. Mm-hmm. A life lived not loving and actually rejecting love because it's hard is probably a life being lived by someone who's not genuinely been loved, either on a human level, or they're just like really selfish and take but don't want to give, or on a spiritual level, or they've not received the love of God, so they don't have that love to give. And parenting brings it out. It's hard. And yet, it's love. You are doing love in parenting. Mm-hmm. You're laying your life down for others. And to think, like those moments where you're looking at pictures of them, or you're reflecting on them after a hard day, they're going to look back one day and at some like cheap anniversary celebration, when mom and dad celebrate 25 years at Olive Garden and they gather a few friends
around.
We're
not celebrating at Olive Garden.
I know. But then they're going to get up and say something, in front of those 20 friends and say, my mom, she always poured her life into ours, and you're going to start crying. And those words are going to have such deep, powerful, profound meaning, because those words at the Olive Garden for their 25th wedding anniversary are being borne out right now in the days where you want to rip your hair out, when, Finn has a messy diaper, Evie's screaming, Felicity, can't figure something out, and you're just going, ah. Well, how you choose to respond in those moments is building the house of love that's going to impact the rest of their lives. And just brick by brick, it's those little moments, brick by brick, we're laying and building this home that they'll look back on and go, hey, mom and dad, thank you for building that life for me. But it was those little bricks. And, sometimes as a bricklayer, the sun is hot, your back is sore, but you just keep laying those bricks. Yeah. That's love. That's what it means to love. And that's the most rewarding, fulfilling life. So yeah, reject having kids, go ski the Alps, say I don't have to worry about, kids' dental hygiene, forget all that. I'm going to live free, live for me. That's your choice, but you're going to miss out on life. Mm-hmm. You're going to miss out on the richness of leaving a legacy with generations to come and pouring your life in and really doing to others what Christ has done for you, mm-hmm. which is laid his life down so that you could live. Mm-hmm. That's what parenting is. You lay your life down to give them life abundantly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think like navigating all those things with a balance too is helpful, because I think that you do such a good job of that too. Like you do encourage me to like take breaks too. And like, okay, go out for a night and go hang out with the girls, like go out with their mom friends, get dinner, whatever we do, like watch a movie. We'll do that often. And I think it's helpful because then you get those little breathers, especially in motherhood when there's so much happening and you're in the trenches with the newborn and it's just a lot. We need those breaks so we can jump back in and see how sweet it is too. Because I think that, yes, you can lay down your life in sacrifice and love, and God will give you grace, even if you don't have those breaks. But it is helpful. Like, let people help you in this season so you can be more like engaged. And it's not like you have to have those things. I'm not trying to say that. But at the same time, it's like allowing other people to step in and help you. If that's like you're having a hard day, somebody offers to bring you a meal, say yes. Somebody offers to clean your house, go for it. Like, don't turn it down, because I've turned it down a lot. I still do some days, but sometimes I realize, okay, I need to allow people to help me in this season. You need people to, and then it like frees you up and you're like able to catch your breath again. So it's good.
Well, we're excited for Abbie. We're excited for Jana. The clan keeps growing. We're getting towards that 24 billion number of Duggar descendants. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. There's always new news with the Duggar clan because the families just keep growing.
Never ending.
And so you want to stay up to date. Tune into the Jinger and Jeremy podcast. We'll keep you up to date. All things Duggar world.
Oh my goodness.
Grateful for you guys tuning in. Grateful for you guys listening. And have a great week. We'll see you next week.